A good friend of mine once said, real respect real. I've been looking around the industry. I've been in this industry a while now. There's obviously trends that go up and down. I don't think this stuff is for you guys. It's definitely not for me. But there's a ton of people putting out this kind of pseudo motivational speaker, pseudo whatever quotes. You know, I'm human. I get excited by a quote here and there. Sometimes quotes, different quotations, speak to me differently about my past or present, or help you through a hard time reading. And there's a place for motivational speakers. The rah speech and remember the Titans gets me fired up.
I love me a little contact, Petey. This is left side. Strong side. Left side. Strong side. Left side. Strong side. Left side. Left side. Strong side.
Different movies like that definitely get me fired up. But on this day-to-day grind and the day-to-day hustle that we all try to live and that we all try to adapt into our lifestyles, often I think just leading by action and leading from the front through my experiences have worked best. I was lucky enough to play varsity basketball for 4 years. I was a captain of that team 3 years. I was also lucky enough to have a father that always led by example through hard work. He was a well-spoken man and he had great motivation internally. But he didn't necessarily have to give me the rah-rah speech every day, every week to get me fired up to play basketball or get fired up to do homework or get fired up to be somebody in life. But I was also blessed to have a very good mentor all 4 years of that. Was high school and my high school basketball coach who always mentioned leading from the front and leading by example. Something as small as finishing our suicide drills, our line drills first. Being the very first person at practice, being the very first person at games. Throughout my career, I was a fairly successful basketball career. I was top 5 in the nation in assists. I only lost maybe combined all 4 years 5 or so regular season games. I have over 100 wins under my belt, high school varsity wins. 3 league championships, quarterfinals in our section, which was a pretty dang tough section. The accolades, whatever, they don't really matter. My point being is that some of the most proud I am of what I accomplished in my high school is that through 4 years of playing varsity basketball, I missed 1 game, and that 1 game I missed was because I was vomiting like every 30 minutes to an hour. I literally just couldn't get off the couch. And I don't believe I missed a single practice. I don't think I missed a single practice, whether I was sick, I was tired, I had homework, this and that. Those are the 2 things that I kind of pride myself on as an athlete. Going back to, you know, I'm not so remarkable. I was actually pretty decent at basketball. I worked really, really hard at basketball, and it was something that I believe I was more gifted in than powerlifting. There's something, my sixth sense was spatial awareness. Offensively especially, I just had a good vision for everything. I had a good feel for the game. Naturally, maybe, it's hard to say because I played it so long, but I definitely had that. But the motivation to lift my team to these, 3 championships, the quarterfinals, all these victories, I feel was in the fact that I put my body on the line. I was arguably the best player on the team many years, at least the top players on the team, and I was also arguably the first person that would go diving headfirst into the crowd for a loose ball. I'd be the first person to run over and help my teammates off the ground. I'd be the first person to take a charge or an offensive foul, put my body on the line for my team. And those are things that I think are true motivation. And I think those are things that are in this kind of underground that we're all in, hopefully in this fitness industry, are there. People leading by example, doing what they do, and understanding that this whole shit is not so serious, to not take ourselves so seriously, because overall this is like fake fitness. This is fake exercise because we're not hunting tigers and we're not hunting woolly mammoths and shit, that we just have to exercise to be healthy. And it's also a hobby and a blessing that we get to exercise. There's a lot of people that don't get to exercise because they have to work for their food, or because of injury, or because of whatever other sad circumstances. We're lucky enough that we get to exercise every single day, that we get to wake up, put 2 feet on the ground, and walk without pain. That's a blessing in itself, so we're lucky. So it's hard for others, but not so much for me, to keep those things in perspective and not take myself seriously. It's all about fun. It was with basketball too. It was all about fun, but there's always a point where you just have to get shit done, and that's part of the fun. Part of the fun is the challenge. Part of the fun is the pain. Part of the fun is the grind. I don't really know where I was going with this, but I've just been scrolling through Instagram as I normally do, creeping around Twitter, creeping around the YouTubes, and so many people that are just very good looking, very jacked, both much better looking than I. I know you say how is that done, but they are very much more jacked than I, leaner than I, stronger than I, posting awesome pictures, great lighting, flexing hard, with a motivational quote, trying to inspire those. And I think their reasoning is good. Their reasoning is pure. They are trying to motivate people. We're all trying to get those likes, that double tap, but I think they are trying to motivate people. Motivation isn't something necessarily I think about often, but motivating people is always a goal of mine. If I could help somebody find a reason to work out or find a reason to do better today than they did yesterday, then I think I've done awesome at my job, whatever my job may be. I think that's a great goal as somebody in the fitness industry, but I just don't think the best way about it is being so superficial that it's a picture with a quote. More the leading by example, more the putting myself out there, showing you guys that I'm the same as all of you. That's kind of my goal with this whole YouTube in general, the podcast in general. I'm just one of you guys. You guys are one of me. We're all the same. And what you choose to do with your hours, your minutes, your days is kind of up to you, and how you prioritize it and how hard you work or the lack of work you do. Not to say that I'm the hardest working guy in the world. There's obviously hours and days. This whole week has been shit for me. I came back from the Arnold. I got sick. I had a fever. I was laying on the couch and I almost got nothing done for like 2 days straight. Nothing. That doesn't feel very good. But for me, I had to switch those priorities around. I say, okay, well, my team has a meet coming up, super training. A bunch of my homies are competing, so I better not get them sick. So I had to stay home for that, even though I wanted to go work out. I was trying to be unselfish. I went in for a podcast. That was about it. That's about all I got done all week, besides some Instagram and YouTube and the regular hustle and bustle of the social medias. Point being, I'm not the hardest worker in the world, but I try to prioritize my time pretty well. I try to work pretty hard. And that was just something that has been a foundation with me because of my father, because of the mentors I had along the way, is that you just show up, you get the work done, and then you go home. And then luckily enough for me, I've had some of the best friends that I could ever have along the way that teach me that while you're there and you're working your butt off, might as well make it the best time of your life and have as much fun with it as you can, even if the situation or the work itself is not always fun. You know, digging ditches or pulling weeds or mowing the lawn, some of the day-to-day stuff is not fun, but if you surround yourself with like-minded people, surround yourself with good people, you can turn those situations and make them a little bit more fun. Just had these thoughts going through my head, a little bit of a rant. But I just put it on all of you guys, everybody watching here, and anybody that wants to share this, to try to lead by example. Talk is cheap. That's what Tupac said. Real respect real. That's what my boy Matt Vincent said. Those are some quotes to motivate you. Keep on being inspirational. I just don't bank on motivation or inspiration. I find inspiration from everywhere and everything. But I rely on the passion that drives you to do what you do every single day. Whether that is be a better father, be a better lifter, be a harder worker, get a little bit healthier, go further in your job, do better in school. Whatever that is, I urge you to rely on your passion and find what your passion is. Many people say find the why. Find the why and what your goals are. If you want to lose weight, why? If you just want to lose weight just because, it's probably not going to happen. But if you find out why, well, I want to lose weight so I could be healthier. Oh, I want to lose weight so I could live longer to see my kids grow up. I want to lose weight so I could run a marathon because I can't run very long right now with my current state of health. If you find those whys, focus on those passions, then you tend to go a little bit further towards those goals, and it's a little bit easier to stick to your plan without getting all Eric the Thomas hip-hop preacher on you guys. That's it for this one, guys. Appreciate it. Like it, subscribe it. Don't mind my Stone Cold Austin voice. Subscribe, share, I'm out.
Let's go!